This is the trade review for Thursday, the 22nd of February 2024. Um, Today I was looking at Nvidia. We had news yesterday which pretty much caused the price to spike, and we had a very big move, very large move post market, and in the pre market we continued to gap up, and we sold off a little bit into the gray area on these Camarillo pivots. Uh, but definitely, my plan for today was a drop, a flush, and then a continuation to the top side. But we could also have had we also had the possibility uh, to just sell off and try to get back into yesterday's range or attempt to at least. And but because we also had the white pivots, maybe we could also stall and just play a normal day or a neutral day. So it was a lot of options, and so it was very difficult to just pick a specific one with confidence. I had to be very careful about what I wanted to do. Uh, so on Nvidia, I waited. I kind of messed up in the pre-market at 742. We rejected it, and I suppose that should have been my signal with a stop loss at just under 742 for a long after testing to the top side. But the stock was very difficult to trade. Luckily, I use a different tool to calculate my share size according to the distance of my stop loss, because that's the only way to do it right now. It's very volatile, and so I waited, and unfortunately, after testing the pre-market low, we just run like crazy for a $30-$40 move here, and I had hopes of a neutral day at R3 here, but for one, I hesitated to pull the trigger. There was really no strong level here to make an entry, and so I avoided it. And Nvidia just continued running higher. Uh, it's a double trend day, I guess. Rejection of this hammer could be sufficient. Uh, but anyways, I wasn't able to capture a move to the long side, and we had a very large stack at 780. So I was watching this closely, and I guess um, we had a strong rejection before even pulling back, before testing 780, and I didn't pull the trigger here. Again, it's very spready, it's very volatile, and especially trying to take it short is crazy. I should have I should have gone long instead. And here is the issue. We tested 780 again, crossed it, but we didn't really have any more stacks above 781. So we had a rejection here, and we pulled back at the pre-market high, and again I saw some rejection at 778. But this entry is very fearful. It's very late. It's not really testing the 780. It's done more in hopes that it goes down. So it's not exactly the best trade. Um, if I want to make an entry, if I want to bet on it, I have to do it at the extremes. But again, I missed the entry on the extremes so many times, one, two, three, that I felt that I was just missing the move. It's a psychological aspect I need to deal with. Nonetheless, at least the risk was very controlled. It doesn't look like a big distance, but It's actually the top of this week, so it's fairly reasonable. It's also just a little bit after a whole number, so I'm not gonna get eaten by the spread. And then I noticed that we had run to 781 again, failed, and I fail again in pulling the trigger around this area, but it just moves. It's just wild. So we close on a hammer again, and after that happened, I pulled the trigger. Uh, I noticed that I was actually a little bit undersized. I wanted my stop loss to be one full dollar, and I guess I gave it a little bit more. And I had to add a little bit more shares to add to my position to be able to take more out of it. So it gave me 17 shares, I think, for a $20 risk. That's leaving me 30 cents, no, 15 cents of the table. So I added three more shares. Yeah, I added three more shares just to bring it to full size and a full dollar risk. And it worked out wonderfully. It's a very scary trade to take because the stock Nvidia is just so strong. But we had a nice move from 779 to 773. That's when I took my last partial. I took a partial uh, more than 3 to 1 here, um, and so forth and so forth, and ended the day at uh, 3.3R and recovered the loss. So this trade was a really nice trade for 4.3R. But then again, just simply missed out on the huge opportunity to enter long here. And the stock just hovered around that price range. I don't know what I did after. Yeah, it continued running high. Finally crossed this resistance area. But those are the two trades I took. Um, I can't complain. Respecting rules, I would say yes, even though one trade was not good enough. I feel like the nerves are really eating at me. I had an excellent pre-market prep. I wish I had executed the flush and continuation to the top side, but it's just very difficult right now for me, at least. It's a pre-market prep. Executed, plan, trade, and respected stop loss. I could also add that I recovered from a loss, which is not easy. Did I hit goal? Yes. I only executed 50%, but it's fine. I took two trades, one on one and 3.3R on live account, so that's excellent. Uh, this week is not bad. It's a short week, but it's a happy week for me. So this should be zero actually. I'm just fixing some things. 4.9. Uh, the trades I took were are for reversals, I suppose, and those will be categorized as e trades. I'm starting to see a pattern here. I am missing the longs, and as a result, I have to take reversals. And this one was not executed correctly. This one, yes. And this one gave me 4.3. This one I saw the wall, so this was bearish. And EE, and this one was no. Yes, and doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This one was a win and 4.3, and this trade is a one because I was hmm, experience fear after missing out on trades and was greedy as well. So this data set's not too bad. At least I got rid of my fear, and yeah, that's it for my trading review. Starting to become very difficult to take trades on Nvidia, on the fact that it's very volatile. If you get too greedy, the spread is gonna eat you. So that's the difficult part. Well, at least we're turning this week around. We started with no trades Monday. Yeah, that's Monday. Monday was closed for since the 20th, which is Tuesday. We didn't take a trade. And Wednesday we'll have a loss with one single trade. With the other trade that we took long in simulation though, because I had hit my max loss, it worked out for 4 hour. And today we hit 3.3 hour. So slowly improving. And that's it for my trading review today.